Derek, I just can't believe that you're getting married right now, and in a few hours, you and Madeline Ellis will be walking down the aisle and kissing right and all that stuff. No, but this is like you look really good right now. It just seems like yesterday that you were in 8th grade. And I can't believe time has gone this fast, you know?
Yeah, dude, it's insane. Except, I don't really know if she truly even loves me.
Wait. You don't know if she loves you?
Not really.
Well, are you sure you want to go through with this? I mean, why would you get this?
Well, the cake was already bought, and all the families have already bought their plane tickets, so I don't really know what to do, so I guess I'm just gonna be here.
That's okay, it's a good idea. You're just nervous, no big deal.
Yeah, I just really wish, if this was the love of my life.
Marianne, I can't believe you're getting married today. You look so beautiful, I can't even look at you. No wonder Eric Fletcher loves you. We've been spending lots of time together, and we just feel really strong about this relationship. I just can't wait to be Mrs. Fletcher. Are you sure this is true love? Yes, I'm sure. We understand each other, we know how we feel together, and I think it's gonna work.
Now, wouldn't you have wanted to be there for that Bible study and see how that kind of led into the script? You know what the Bible study was about? How to know if you're saved. And so they were, how do you know if you're marrying the right person? How do you know if you're saved? And they have wonderful Bible verses and questions to lead into it. I enjoyed these young people a lot, and I was inspired by their wanting to spiritually lead their class, encouraged. And I also think that Madeline and Eric are really good sports. Now you notice the theme of their sketch was about how to know if someone is really in love. Remember the story in the Bible where Solomon was asked a question about who was a true mother. It was a baby, and during the night, one mother, her baby died, and she went to the other mother. They were staying in the same home. She took the other mother's baby. She put her dead baby there beside the other mother, and the next morning, she had the live baby, and the other mother, a mother would know her own baby, but it got confusing, and they had to go all the way to the king to have him decide that. Solomon, of course, had asked God to give him wisdom, and he needed it. Because some questions that you will encounter in life are very complex, and they don't have easy answers. In fact, I hate to say it, but our generation is leaving you with some difficult questions that I hope you will do a better job than we have. Do you agree with that? That you will do a better job than my generation has, as your parents' generation, in processing some of these very difficult questions. So we do need to ask God for wisdom. 1 Kings 3, 26 and 27. The woman whose son was alive was filled with compassion. So King Solomon, his plan was, he brought the baby out. He had one of his guards draw a sword, and he said, okay, you guys can't agree on whose baby it is, so we're just going to cut the baby in two, and each one of you will get half. The woman whose son was alive was filled with compassion for her son and said to the king, please, my lord, give her the living baby, don't kill him. But the other said, neither I nor you shall have him. Cut him in two. It's pretty cold. How do you know who loves you? How do you know the right side to choose? There are two sides pulling on you. One says, if you choose him, you'll have a lot of fun. You'll be free to do whatever you want. You can live in a world with no rules and no boundaries. No moral absolutes. In fact, there is no truth. That's what one side will tell you. And the other side promises purpose, peace, joy, and living that way forever. One side wants you dead. For no other reason than that the other side can't have you. Just for spite. And the other side would die for you to live forever. You think about that. One side wants you dead. Who's that? The devil. And he only wants you to die with him because he wants to hurt God. And God will die so you can live. Solomon showed that the true mother was the one who wanted the baby to live. And the right side to choose in life, because each one of you, if you haven't already, and many of you have, but if you haven't already, you will have to choose which side you're going to be on. Choose the one who wants you to live forever. Don't choose the one who wants you to die. The world you live in will try to make you feel that Satan has more to offer than Jesus does. And based on what our world is like, more people believe that. They believe that Satan actually has more to offer than Jesus. If the enemy couldn't lie, what would he actually say he wants for your life? At Buena Vista School and in your homes, you've been taught that your life is of eternal value and that Jesus loves you. Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 3. Surely it is you who love the people, speaking of God. All the holy ones are in your hand. At your feet they bow down, and from you they receive instruction. God is the one who loves us. And if we offer him ourselves, our lives could be in his hand. In a crazy, insane world, that's a good place to be. Don't we want these beautiful young people's lives in God's hand? And that's why Christian education is such a good investment. It's expensive. It requires sacrifice. But it enhances the potential for our young people's lives to be enhanced. Deuteronomy 33:12. About Benjamin he said, let the beloved of the Lord rest secure in him, for he rests all day long, for it shields him all day long, and the one the Lord loves rests between his shoulders. What this is saying is that when you walk with God, when you get exhausted, he gives you a piggyback ride. When you were young, did you ever get tired and ask your dad for a piggyback ride and hold around his neck and be carried? And you need that in life because you get tired sometimes. And that's what God says he will do. Deuteronomy 33:26-29. The bolts of your gates will be iron and bronze, and your strength will equal your days. There's some hard days out there, aren't there? Your strength will equal your days. There is no one like the God of Jeshurun, who rides on the heavens to help you, and on the clouds in his majesty. The eternal God is your refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms. Remember, going to sleep in the car, and being unbuckled and carried in the house by your parents. Those arms carrying you. And maybe you woke up and maybe you didn't. Those arms The scripture says, underneath are the everlasting arms, God's arms. He will drive out your enemy before you, saying, destroy him. So Israel will live in safety alone. Jacob's spring is secure in the land of grain and new wine, where the heavens drop dew. Blessed are you, Israel, who is like you, a people saved by the Lord. And that is what we want for you, to be saved in God's kingdom by the Lord. He is your shield and helper, your glorious sword. The enemies will cower before you, and you will trample down their high places. So choose the direction where you will be loved. What if you saw someone getting married to someone you knew would abuse them and cheat on them and lie to them? Would you enjoy that wedding, knowing that was coming? To know how God is going to treat you and how Satan is going to treat you. It's a pretty good choice to choose to love him and to let him love you. I went on a mission trip to the Dominican Republic with students from Auburn Academy. That's one of the great benefits of Christian education, is the opportunity to go on mission trips. And we built a school down there. It was very hot. In fact, one time while I was there, I got heat stroke. It's not fun at all. We worked hard in the heat, in the humidity, and heat stroke is almost like you have a battery and the battery goes dead. And it was amazing. They had to just stretch me out until this cold off. So when we slept at night, we were staying in this brick building, and it was like an oven at night. It was so hot. And the students, there was one fan, and the students would do rock, paper, scissors to decide who got to choose where the fan was pointing. They rock, paper, scissors, and then, well, let's do it one more time. So our last night there, some of the boys had gone up on the roof of the building. And they came down and they said, Pastor Bill, there's a breeze up there. And the stars. And it's not like we're in this brick building that's like an oven. It's cooler. And we can sleep comfortably. Can we go sleep on the roof? And I thought, that's a really good idea. And then I remembered that I had people in my family who walked in their sleep. And I thought, I don't want to come home and face parents putting their kids on a roof if they walk in their sleep. So I said, do any of you walk in your sleep? And one freshman boy. Yeah, sometimes. I said, well, you guys can sleep on the roof. I'm sorry, you can't. And please, no, I want to sleep on the roof. And he begged and pleaded, and I said, I'm sorry, I can't have you on the roof. And he went over and sat in the corner and cried. And I said, look, I'll stay down here too. He was inconsolable, just cried. He wanted to be with the other guys. He wanted to be on the roof. He didn't want to be in the brick oven of that building. The senior boys huddled up. There were boys in that group who were protectors, like Hayden. They were connectors, like Eric. They included people, like Derek. And they came up with a plan, and they came to me and they said, Pastor Bill, what if we put him in the middle, and all of us put our sleeping bags around him in circles, so that if he sleepwalks, he'll walk on us, and we'll wake up, and we'll tackle him. And we promise you, we won't let him walk off the roof. I couldn't see anything wrong with their plan. So we went up on the roof and we situated him in the middle. And we just put ourselves around him, about 20 of us. And so there were guys just going out, and he was like a king. He just kind of laid there. This freshman boy. And it was one of the most beautiful, memorable nights, looking at the stars with the cool breeze. But see, the world won't treat you that way. It's with people who know Jesus. that will treat you that way. And God wants us to treat other people that way, to include them, to protect them. Because that's who God is and that's who He wants us to be. And I'm so glad that that's what this beautiful group of young people is like.
It is now time for the presentation of flowers. Will the parents of Genesis Barahona please stand? Dear Mom and Dad, I love you so much. You have been there for me through my struggles and when I am happy. Thank you for teaching me to love God. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for the time and hard work. You are the best parents I could ever ask for. I love you both so much. Love, Genesis.
Will the parents of Hayden Watson please stand? Dear Mom and Dad, thank you for all the many things you've done for me and your love for me. You are really cool and always help me. You encourage me and are really awesome. Thank you for everything you do for me and for introducing me to Jesus. I love you. Love you, Mom.
Will the parents of Hunter French please stand? Dear Mom and Dad, thank you for sending me to this school. You have helped and taught me so much. Mom, you are so thoughtful and kind. Dad, you are strong, brave, courageous, and a great dad. Hunter.
Will the parents of Megan Johnson please stand? Dear Mom and Dad, thank you for everything you do for me. Thank you for sending me to Buena-Vista so I can have a Christian education and live my life following God. Thank you for all the support you have given me for the past 9 years of my life since kindergarten and since I've been born. Thank you to the moon and back. Love your favorite, Megan Johnson.
Will the guardians of Joy Choi please stand? Dear Maddie family, thank you for letting me be a part of your family. I'm so glad I got to know you and stay with you. Thank you very much. I will miss you during summer. Dear Mrs. Kim, thank you for everything you've done for me. I'm so glad you are my guardian. You are an awesome guardian. Thank you very much.
Will the parents of Simon Gowdy please stand? Dear Mom and Dad, you are the best parents in the world. You guys always are loving and caring. When we first came to the school, I was hesitant, but as I came year after year, I started to like you. Thank you for sending me here because if I didn't come here, I would have been at public school and I wouldn't have been having a strong relationship with God as I do right now. I love you guys. Love you, Simon.
Will the parents of Leanne and Giselle please stand? Dear Mom and Dad, thanks for always being there for me and tolerating with my frequent squealing. Leanne.
Will the parents of John and Callie please stand? Mom, Dad, you are two best friends I can ever make for. I love you to the bottom of my heart, no matter how many times it may seem otherwise. Thank you.
Will the parents of Esther Kim please stand? Dear Mom and Dad, thank you both so much for always teaching me to love God and do what is right, inspiring me to do my best, and helping and supporting me to reach my goals of life. I love you both so much, and you love me the world and more too. Sincerely and with love, Esther Kim.
Will the parents of Lily Owen please stand? Mom and Dad, thank you for sending me to America. You have given me the chance to have many fun, new, and wonderful experiences. I appreciate all your sacrifices for me. I love you very much.
Will the parents of Sarai Villegas Perez please stand? Dear Mommy and Daddy, you guys have been there for me in my struggles and in my happiness, and I just want to thank you for that. Without you, I don't know what would become of me. You two are so awesome. Love, Sarai.
Will the guardians of Lily Owen please stand? Mr. and Mrs. Fletcher, thank you for opening your house to me during the school year. Your kindness and love and openness have made me feel at home with your family. I appreciate everything you have done for me. Thank you for being my very parents.
Will the parents of Miranda and Maui please stand? Thank you for all the help, love, support, food, and fun that you've given me all my life. Thank you so much for always showing me the love of God and for helping and encouraging me as I grow in my relationship with Jesus. You guys are the best, and I love you so much. Miranda.
Will the parents of Laura Copeland please stand? Dear Mom and Dad, thank you for everything you have done for me. Although I don't say it all the time, but I really appreciate all your hard work, time,
of Tristan Guffey please stand? First of all, I would like to thank you, Mom and Dad, for putting me in a Christian school. And Mom, thank you for helping me get all my work done. Dad, thank you for working so hard that I can go to a Christian school, and for helping me with my family, Tristan.
Will the parents of Josh Siako please stand? Thanks, Mom and Dad, for being my awesome, funny, crazy, annoying, and loving parents.
Will the parents of Raina Bonson please stand? Thank you, Mom and Dad, for everything, bringing me to BB, teaching me, feeding me, and putting up with my abnormal friends, and putting up with my position. Raina.
Will the guardians of Lawrence Block please stand? Mrs. McCormick and Mr. McCormick, I'm so glad that I'm the one who is staying with you, and thank you for treating me like a daughter.
Will the parents of Nardos Shango please stand? Dear Mom and Dad, thank you so much for everything you've done for me. You are the best parents I could ever ask for. Love, Nardos.
Will the parents of Connor O'Brien please stand? There are so many people I wish I could come up on this podium and publicly announce my gratitude. But above and beyond, the people who gave me their loving support and unforgettable advice are Adam Paulson, my amazing role model, and my beautiful supportive mom, Tina Olson. My influence for success comes from Mary O'Brien, my dad. Love, Tom.
Will the parents of Jed Toon please stand? Dear Mom and Dad, I know that I am annoying at times and it seems that I don't care, but I love you so much. Thank you for moving down here from Alaska for a Christian education. Jen.
Will the parents of Katie Hoover please stand? Dear Mom and Dad, thank you for being there for me. I would be nowhere without you. Love, Katie.
Will the parents of Alex Montgomery please stand? Mom and Dad, thank you for showing me it's okay to be me no matter who I am. You'll always be there supporting me. You are super fun, and I love you. I love our hikes and day trips with you. You are the best parents. Oh, and thanks for feeding me. Love Alex.
Will the parents of Eric Fletcher please stand? Thank you for giving me the opportunity to go to a different school in New Zealand. Also, thank you for loving me and supporting years in my life. Thank you for bringing me into this world where it couldn't be the same without me. Also, thanks for feeding me all these years in my life, which I have 4 more years of feeding me in high school, and then I fed for myself in college. Sincerely, Eric and you.
Will the parents of Mason Ruffin please stand? Dear Madre, thank you for sending me to Buena Vista. I know it was hard for you raising 3 kids by yourself, but thank you for always being there. I couldn't picture my life without you. Love, Mason.
Will the parents of Ben Flash please stand? Dear Mom and Dad, thank you for all the years of loving me, taking care of me in so many wonderful ways. I am truly blessed to have you as parents. I appreciate all the time, work, and surprise emergencies you help me take care of. Although I may be a pain sometimes, and I might drive you crazy, I hope that you know I love you. Thanks for being the best parents ever, Ben.
Will the parents of Joanne Lee please stand? Dear Mom and Dad, I am so grateful to have such wonderful and loving parents. You guys always do your best to support me in whatever I do, even if it means driving me to all my lessons. Thank you for reminding me daily that God is by my side, no matter what. You guys mean so much to me. When I grow up, I want to be someone who makes you guys a proud parent. I know I don't say this enough, but I love you very, very much.
Will the parents of Derek Slavens please stand? Thank you so much for always being there for me. I am so happy that you brought me to this school. Mom, you're the best food maker ever. Thank you so much. You're the best ever. Dad, you helped me with so many things. Thank you for playing basketball with me a lot. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. Derek Slavens.
Will the parents of Marianne Zihan please stand? Dear Mom and Dad, I love you, I love you, I love you. Thank you so much for everything you've done for me. Mom, thank you for cleaning the house, cooking, helping me with homework, and all the other stuff you do. Dad, thank you so much for giving me your time and energy to work so I can go to a Christian school. And thank you for encouraging me to play basketball. And most of all, thank you for introducing me to Jesus. He has become a big part of my life now. Thank you, and I love you guys. Marianne and Sienna.
For the parents of Sienna and David, please stand. Dear Mom and Daddy, thank you so much for sacrificing your time, effort, and money to let me have a great contribution. Thank you for always being there for me with support and encouragement. Thank you for pushing me to do my best in everything. Even when I don't really want to, Mommy, thank you for staying up late with me to help me study for tests and finish last-minute projects. Daddy, thank you for helping me with math and teaching me God's words. Most of all, thank you for leading me to Jesus. I love you guys so much. Love, Susan. For the parents of Madeline and Alice, please stand. Dear Mom and Dad, thank you for always being there for me and teaching me to always be myself. I know I'm not always the best kid, but I know you love me. Thanks for everything. Love, Madeline.
Sarai Villegas Perez. Esther Yajin Kim. Leanne Elizabeth Trissell. Hansel Choi. Hunter Christian French. Genesis Rebecca Barahona. Hayden James Watson. Megan Irene Yakima Johnson. Simon Floyd Gowdy. Jordan K. Howden. Songhan An. Vogelman. Nardos. Nardos Daniel Shamebo. Dana Elise Bonson. Tristan J. Guffey. Miranda Alicia Mountain. Joshua Lucas Siaco. Dong-hee Kwok. Connor Leo O'Brien. Catherine Ann Hoover. Eric Andrew Fletcher. Joanne Esther Lee. Mason Thomas Ruffin. Alexandra Lee Montgomery. Jared McKinsey Kuhn. Madeline Michelle Ellis. Benjamin Frederick Fleiss. Marianne Jedediah Siaman. Derek Allen Slavens. Sienna Lynn Cuban. J. Eldon Kuhn, Jr. William Curtis Roberts.
Pastor Tom Decker, representing Auburn Adventist Academy.
Thank you, Mr. Cohen. And graduates, congratulations. I know you have worked hard and actually for quite a few years. 8 years is a long time at your age. It gets less and less as time goes by. I have visited this classroom several times, and the observations I've had are a lot of energy, a lot of laughter, and very connected. And I have really enjoyed and appreciated those times that I've been able to visit with you. You've invested a lot to get here, and it is not an easy task or an easy journey. In today's dollars, it's probably somewhere around $50,000 if they've gone through 8 years in a school like this. I'm the guy who's honored to make sure that your investment can continue to grow. Auburn Adventist Academy and I are committed to making sure that you can continue to experience God in a very deep and a very authentic way. We are also committed to a high level of excellence in our academics. The latest research shows on your brain that they used to think that the brain kind of stopped developing around the adolescent age, about the age you are now saying that it continues to develop until the age of 21. At an academy or a high school, at that age, you are experiencing